Now I'm bound to get some pushback because of the title of today's video, but it's my honest feelings. For me personally, the two best new anime of this anime season are Solo Leveling and the Unwanted Undead Adventure. One has an insane popular fandom, the other kind of has a cult following. So naturally the show with the big fandom is going to be the show that's going to be much more praised because there's more people, more eyes on it. But for me, if we're looking at brand new shows, because if you follow the channel, you know how much I love Frieren. Frieren's a top 10 anime for me. It's obviously going to be my favorite thing I watch every week. But for new anime, something that hasn't aired yet, these are the two shows for me that are battling it out. And after watching episodes 5 and 6 of the Unwanted Undead Adventure, I really have no idea which one I'm going to rank above the other when this season wraps up. Because to me, they're equal in enjoyment and quality level. The only thing that I'll give the edge to Solo Leveling to is the production, but the production of this show is not bad. But if you're looking at great characterization, intelligently directed battles, and doing something interesting, both of these shows you're going to have a great time with. One is taking the power fantasy battle formula in such a great direction and making it feel more than just some battle series. Solo Leveling's amazing, you should watch that show. But the Unwanted Undead Adventure is a pure fantasy that has one of the most likable MCs you are going to come across. Rent as a character, I understand why this low-ranking adventure in his original life. Now this isn't an isekai, but he did end up kind of dying and starting over as a skeleton and now he's a ghoul, so it's kind of like an isekai in the way of starting over from scratch more powerful, just in the same world. The fact that he was pretty much respected among everyone to the point that he taught pretty much every new adventure out there. And watching especially episode 6 as he takes these two students, right? We have Laura, this girl mage, and Rise, who's like a swordsman. You expect the swordsman's gonna be a douchebag or he's gonna charge in, Rent's gonna have to pull his ass to safety, but he just teaches them and you feel like he's guiding the youth. And holy shit, man, this show is incredible. For me, this is a 10 out of 10 anime. 100%. Many people are going to disagree. They're going to say, don't even put Solo Leveling in the same sentence as this boring blah blah blah. You know how the anime fandom is. But if you legitimately are watching both of these with an open mind, you can see just how much depth is put into a show like the Unwanted Undead Adventure. And I have no idea what's truly going to be my anime of the season for this season. There's so many good shows. You have Delicious in Dungeon, a Tome game anime like I don't expect to like and actually am enjoying. But that's the real fight for me right now. And if you follow the channel, you always know there's a show that I really enjoy that maybe the anime community isn't praising as much as me. I did it with My Home Hero. I'll still die on the hill that that's one of the best anime of that year. But this show, I like it more than the Faraway Paladin already. And if you followed my videos on Faraway Paladin, you know how much I praise that show. I really like this. I really like this a lot. I have full live reactions to both, well, really all these episodes, but we watched episodes 5 and 6 today as I didn't watch it last week, so my full thoughts are over on Patreon if you want to see those. I'm loving this. I already want a full adaptation, but holy hell, man, Rent as a character is everything I want to see. There's mystery. There's this almost D&D style exploration about the dungeon that he's going through. The fact that we stumble through the portal in episode 5 and we just find this like dead skeleton on a bed, some beautiful elf pops up, burns our cloak, says, you know what, I don't really know who you are, have my clothes and here's a map. And then we get thrown out. Turns out the cloak is spell proof, stab proof, he's got new drip that's not only practical but looks stunning. And the map is literally like that map from Harry Potter that you say a little spell and it shows your position, it shows who else is on the map, anywhere he goes. And I'm like, was that a god? Was that a goddess? Was that the ghost of whoever died on the bed? Is this the guardian of the tomb? Why did she lock us out? No idea. Because this isn't a show that's just going to conveniently tell you, it's like, oh, hey, here's this new character we need to immediately explore. No, this is a big, vibrant, beautiful, chaotic world. That plot point will come when it comes back. It's supposed to be a mystery for a reason, and if she kicked you out, she's not going to let you back in the next day. Love that type of writing. But the star attraction is without a doubt episode 6. That is the best episode of this show today. Now episode 4 did have a lot of craziness. Our boy almost killed Lorraine. Now yes, she was allowing it and she stopped it, but he could have easily killed her. He could have easily killed general civilians. So now he has the way of kind of calming the urges of his ghoulish nature. She gave him a vial of her blood and just a little drop right now is enough to quench that thirst and hunger, but how long until that vial's not going to be enough, the vial breaks, you know, there's a lot of ways things could go wrong. But as it stands, I like what they're doing with that plot line and how they're putting a bandage on what could be something chaotic. But episode 6, he takes up a new identity, because he could, right? Like, even if the Rent he was can't show his face, he can be a new Rent. Rent's a popular enough name that it's not going to be suspicious, and there's a lot of weird looking adventurers that will come into a guild. Takes up the last name of Lorraine, and ultimately here we are. We're rising through the ranks, and he's doing it rather quick. Of course, he does look like a criminal, like he looks like a bandit or an assassin, and the guildmaster is already kind of put in suspicion, being like, we do have to take this seriously. The test though, the practical exam, these are the moments that really, for me, I'm like, yep, this is the type of shit that separates a really great or amazing anime into something that feels anime of the season level. The fact that the map situation, they give them all a map and says, hey, you're all rushing to this location. The map's outdated, it's like 10 years old. So he goes to buy a map. The merchant's like, hey, here's all the map you'll need. We only need the first floor map. He out-barters him. Oh, driver, they put us in the wrong location. The fact that and the way he teaches, he's a natural born leader and teacher. And even if in his original body, he was never going to be mithril rank, he had the determination, the drive to be such, it feels like he maxed charisma. You know, those builds like, oh, that's just a glass cannon build. They want to hit real hard, but if they get hit, they die immediately. This man maxed out charisma because he's a natural born leader. And the way they turned a kid who is so gung-ho, I'm the frontline fighter, I do this or that, to basically accepting Rent as the alpha wolf of the pack. Hell, the goons who called themselves, oh, we're so much better, it's a good thing they're stupid, so we'll go into the boss room. They immediately were shitting their pants when Rent drew that sword. And the idea of him using that as a teaching moment, not only to get a little idea of the danger they're about to approach, but if you want to retreat now, there's no harm in doing so. This man is incredible, and this show and world is incredible. So much about this should be boring. And like I said, I think it was in episode 2 when I covered that, the thing that was missing was more human interactions with Rent, because he just started off pretty much by himself and was left alone. And as soon as we got introduced to that girl in every episode since, there's been those human bonds that have kept this feeling so personal and feeling like such an amazing pure fantasy, unlike anything I've seen. The closest that I can compare this to is an isekai by the name of Faraway Paladin. That show is basically anime Lord of the Rings, and it's fantastic. It's a masterpiece in my mind. But I already like this show more by episode 6 than I did with that show by episode 6 of its first season. There is a lot to enjoy, and this won't be for everyone. And the only reason that I can even so confidently tell you that this is tiptoeing for anime of the season with Solo Leveling, a show that I've been hyping up every week. That fandom is so large. To say that is gonna rile some feathers, but that's how good this show feels to me. I truly believe it. And there's some people who will just absolutely hate Solo Leveling because it's popular or this or that, but opinions will differ. But this show is fantastic. I truly, truly believe that. And had I had internet last Friday, you would have got a video on just episode 5, but you know what? The world hated me, but at least I got to watch 2 episodes today. Now let me know what you're thinking of the Unwanted Undead adventure, and hey, what's your current anime of the season as it stands? Let me know down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell so you get notified when I upload more, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on my Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we have Sleep Fishy, Gabrielle Ray, Xeon 54th Element, Wayne Delkis, Just Aaron, and Paco. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.